Hey everybody, I'm back today to read lesson number 2 from a workbook in A Course in Miracles. And I just got back today from seeing a movie called Julie and Julia. And it was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. It had Meryl Streep and Amy Adams. I bring it up because it did remind me of a principle in A Course in Miracles, being that all minds are joined. And if you're familiar with the premise of the movie, basically it's about Julia Child, the true story of her publishing her first book called Mastering the Art of French Cooking, and a modern-day woman named Julie who decided to blog her way through practicing all 524 recipes in the massive volume that Julia published a long time ago. And when Julia Child set out to write this book and have it published, she meant to introduce French cooking in an accessible way to the American audience. But she didn't realize the impact that it may have beyond cooking. And that's what happened in the life of Julie, who through her blogging experience and actually trying out every single recipe, pushing herself to a greater level than she's ever really been as far as cooking was concerned. She went through a lot of other experiences with her marriage, her personal identity, everything of that sort. So when we say all minds are joined, what we're saying is that when we make the decision personally to bring more peace into our life, to shift our perception of the world, we're actually doing it for everybody else. We may think it's only for bringing peace into our own lives, but at the same time, because all minds are joined, we're actually making a difference for the whole world. So keep that in mind when doing the lessons, because that may give a sense of purpose beyond our own world. Because we all are one, and that is actually the goal of the workbook, is to perceive the idea that we are not separate. So I have a cat that's basically climbing my shoulder right now, but we'll continue with the lesson. Workbook lesson number 2 is, I have given everything I see all the meaning that it has for me. It starts out with, I have given everything I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place, all the meaning that it has for me. The exercises with this idea are the same as those for the first one. Begin with the things that are near you and apply the idea to whatever your glance rests on. Then increase the range outward. Turn your head so that you include whatever is on either side. If possible, turn around and apply the idea to what was behind you. Remain as indiscriminate as possible in selecting subjects for this application. Do not concentrate on anything in particular, and do not attempt to include everything you see in a given area, or you will introduce strain. Merely glance easily and fairly quickly around you, trying to avoid selection by size, brightness, color, material, or relative importance to you. Take the subjects simply as you see them. Try to apply the exercises with equal ease to a body or a button, a fly or a floor, an arm or an apple. The sole criterion for applying the idea to anything is merely that your eyes have lighted on it. Make no attempt to include anything in particular, but be sure that nothing is specifically excluded. So, with this particular exercise, it's actually an extension of what we did in lesson number 1. We're trying to remove the judgments that we have given everything, and by recognizing that we have given meaning to everything that we see in the world, we actually start to realize that maybe the meaning that we gave it isn't necessarily the truth, given the whole big picture of the world and the universe and what we're trying to accomplish here, which is recognizing our true reality, which is love, recognizing our true reality is that we are all one, recognizing our true reality that we've never left our home as children of God. So go through this lesson. You'll see to the right of your screen that I have the lesson all printed out, and see how it works for you, and come back tomorrow for lesson number 3. I'll see you guys then.